Hey everyone, this is Rick Catalano with Platinum PMO, and here is your transformation tip for today. Today we're going to talk about a pain point that usually does not get a lot of attention, but it could really bite you and bite you bad at the back end of your initiative if it's not handled properly. And that is preparing your organization to support and sustain your new digital product or digital operating model. Now, if you don't properly prepare your organization to be able to support and continue to evolve your digital product that you're getting ready to implement, then you'll be continuing to have to rely on very, very expensive consultants, which can really burn through your cash, put you way over your budget, and diminish that precious return on investment that you put into your business case. Now, the challenge becomes, how do you take all those months, if not years, of work, documents, key decisions, and learnings that have evolved over time and properly knowledge transfer all that information to your future support team or your sustain team? Well, according to an article that I read in PMI's Pulse of the Profession magazine, organizations who have mastered this and who are most effective at knowledge transfer improve their program outcomes by nearly 35%. These organizations are also 3 times as likely to have a formal knowledge transfer process. When essential knowledge is essentially captured and shared, organizations see improved results across a range of program metrics, including cost savings, time on task, lowering error rates, as well as increasing the innovation of their overall solutions. Well, there are 3 things you need to do in order to follow these leading practices in establishing a formal knowledge transfer process. The first thing you need to do is develop a solid knowledge transfer plan. Next, you need resources who can properly execute that knowledge transfer plan and put it into the heads of your new recipients in your support organization. Now, in a perfect world, this direct person-to-person knowledge transfer is a best form of knowledge transfer. However, there's this major concern about information overload that comes about when you're putting that knowledge transfer in that recipient's head and their ability to retain all that knowledge in such a short span. There's this thing called the Epping House forgetting curve, which postulates that most humans forget nearly 60% of what they've learned in less than the first hour, and nearly 80% of what they learn within 30 days. Unfortunately, this is just how our brains work. And this is why you need this third component. You need a solid mechanism or a repository that holds and continues to maintain all that history of your work, your documents, your decisions, your learnings that have evolved over time. We have built this third component into our Amigo Digital Transformation Implementation Platform. The benefit that our Amigo platform provides you is a systematic repository to digitally retain all of that knowledge that you have captured over the months through your implementation journey. A repository that your sustainment team will go back to as a reference and go through all that history that you've been compiling and all that decision making, reviewing the contents of the documents as to why things were built the way they were built, and use that knowledge as a catalyst for ongoing process improvements that will then continue once you have ramped down your initial formal digital transformation program team and put the product into the hands of your support organization. If your knowledge transfer plan is focused on this hybrid experience or of an experience-based instruction about what was done during the program, as well as teaches your sustain organization how to fish and leverage that knowledge repository, one like Amigo has, your organization will be well positioned to support and evolve your new digital operating model. Now, if you don't put an effective knowledge transfer process in place, then all of that knowledge that you frankly have already paid for is going to walk right out that door and when your consultants leave, and then it's going to leave your organization in a world of hurt because they're not going to know everything and they're going to be trying to support and evolve your digital product, which is going to cost you big time in the long run. So now that you have some awareness about this problem and around knowledge transfer, it's time for you to do something about it. So here's what I'd like you to do next. I want you to go click on this link below, and I would like you to schedule some time for us to chat. I would love to share with you the power that we've built into our Amigo platform, specifically around knowledge transfer, but I also want to talk to you about all the other incredible functionality that we've built into the platform. Trust me when I say this platform will become your digital transformation initiative's new best friend. Thanks for your time today, and please feel free to share this with your friends and your colleagues, and we'll talk to you soon.
Mm.